A shocking news is exploding around Jennifer Hudson, and this time, fans aren't just talking about her career. They're asking what happened to her behind closed doors. One minute, Jennifer Hudson is in the spotlight, commanding the stage and sitting behind the desk of her daytime show. The next, social media is flooded with whispers that she may have been rushed to the hospital after a stunning shakeup involving Sherri Shepherd. And almost immediately, one question begins spreading everywhere. What really happened to Jennifer Hudson? But there's a twist. The internet is making it sound like Sherri Shepherd stepped into Jennifer's place, while Jennifer suddenly disappeared from the spotlight. Some posts are even connecting that alleged takeover to a supposed hospitalization. It sounds like the beginning of a Hollywood scandal, but is that really what happened? Because behind the explosive headlines is a story that is far more complicated than it first appears. Jennifer Hudson has fought her way through some of the biggest highs and lows in entertainment. From becoming an award-winning singer and actress to building her own daytime television platform, Jennifer has repeatedly proven that she knows how to survive when the spotlight gets intense. So when rumors about her health suddenly begin circulating, fans don't simply scroll past them. They stop and listen. And then Sherri Shepherd's name enters the picture. Why are people suddenly connecting Sherri to Jennifer's show? Did a behind-the-scenes television decision trigger this storm of speculation? Or did social media take two unrelated stories and turn them into one explosive narrative? That's where things get interesting, because the biggest question isn't simply whether Jennifer Hudson was hospitalized. The bigger question is why this story appeared in the first place, and why so many people are believing it. Today, we're going behind the headlines, breaking down the timeline, examining the Sherri Shepherd connection, and separating the confirmed information from the claims spreading online. Because sometimes the most shocking part of a celebrity story isn't what the headline says. It's what the headline leaves out. The story begins with a headline so dramatic that it almost feels like something straight out of a Hollywood television script. Jennifer Hudson hospitalized after Sherri Shepherd takes over her show. Within moments, that kind of headline can transform ordinary curiosity into panic. Because Jennifer Hudson isn't just another celebrity whose name appears in the news for a few hours. She is an award-winning singer, actress, television personality, and one of the most recognizable entertainers of her generation. So when a rumor suddenly suggests that something has happened to her health, while another famous television personality is supposedly stepping into her position, fans immediately begin asking the same question. What is really happening behind the scenes? But as we move past the dramatic headline and look more carefully at the situation, the story begins to change. Because what appears to be one enormous Hollywood scandal may actually be a combination of separate events, online speculation, and a daytime television industry that is going through a major transformation. For Jennifer Hudson, the journey to daytime television was never simply another job. It represented another evolution in a career that has already gone through extraordinary highs and difficult moments. Jennifer first became widely known as a powerful singer, but she quickly proved that her talents extended far beyond music, eventually becoming a respected actress and one of the entertainment industry's most decorated performers. When she stepped into the world of daytime television, she entered an environment where success depends on much more than having a famous name. Every episode requires energy, preparation, chemistry, and the ability to make viewers feel connected to the person sitting across from them. Jennifer had to establish herself not just as the celebrity being interviewed, but as the person asking the questions, guiding the conversation, controlling the atmosphere, and creating moments audiences would remember. That transformation made her talk show an important new chapter in her career, which is why the idea that she suddenly lost the program naturally created so much curiosity among viewers. Then came the name that made the entire rumor even more dramatic: Sherri Shepherd. Sherri is not an unknown newcomer trying to break into daytime television. She is an experienced entertainer who has spent decades building her career through comedy, acting, hosting, and television appearances, and her own daytime program gave her another platform to connect with audiences. Because both Jennifer and Sherri became familiar faces in the daytime television world, it isn't difficult to understand why viewers might connect their names when one show is changing while another continues. But there is a major difference between two women existing within the same television landscape and one woman actually taking the other's program, and that difference becomes extremely important when we examine the claims circulating online. The reality is that the available reporting does not establish that Sherri Shepherd took over the Jennifer Hudson show. Instead, Jennifer's program was renewed for another season. while Sherri's syndicated daytime program was ending after 4 seasons. Those two developments may sound like pieces of the same puzzle when they are placed next to each other in a viral headline, but they are not evidence of a television takeover. In fact, the situation illustrates how easily the internet can turn separate entertainment business decisions into a dramatic narrative. One show ends, another show continues, and suddenly viewers are presented with the impression that one host replaced another, even though the underlying facts don't support that conclusion. And then the hospitalization rumor enters the story, making everything sound even more serious. Health-related claims are among the most powerful forms of celebrity speculation because they immediately trigger an emotional response. If someone reads that Jennifer Hudson may have been hospitalized, they aren't simply curious about a television program anymore. They become concerned about Jennifer as a person. They start wondering whether she is okay, whether something happened during production, whether she had been dealing with a private problem, and whether the people around her are keeping the public from knowing the full story. But this is exactly the moment when viewers need to slow down, because there is currently no credible confirmation that Jennifer Hudson was hospitalized as a result of Sherri Shepherd taking her show. A dramatic headline may create the impression that something has been confirmed, but a headline alone is not proof. That distinction becomes even more important when you consider how quickly celebrity stories can travel across social media. A single post can appear with a dramatic caption, another account can copy it, a video creator can build a thumbnail around it, and soon thousands of people are discussing the same claim without knowing where it originally came from. Every new post makes the rumor look more legitimate simply because people keep seeing it. But repetition doesn't turn an unverified statement into a confirmed fact. In the world of celebrity entertainment, this happens constantly. A question becomes a rumor. The rumor becomes a headline, the headline becomes a video, and eventually people begin talking about the story as though it were officially announced. That may be exactly why this Jennifer Hudson story feels so convincing to some viewers. The rumor contains enough real names and real television developments to create an illusion of certainty. Jennifer Hudson is a real daytime host. Sherri Shepherd is a real daytime host. Sherri's daytime program really was coming to an end. Jennifer's show really was continuing. Daytime television really is going through major changes. Put all those real pieces together, add a dramatic claim about hospitalization, and suddenly you have a story that feels like it must have a hidden explanation. But sometimes the most important thing about a celebrity rumor is recognizing which parts are facts and which parts were added later to make the story more dramatic. There is another reason the situation has captured attention. Audiences have become fascinated by the idea of television succession. Whenever a familiar host leaves a program, viewers immediately want to know who will take their place. Television history is filled with examples of hosts moving from one program to another, networks changing formats, and personalities stepping into unexpected opportunities. So when people heard that Sherri Shepherd's daytime show was ending, it was natural for some viewers to start wondering where she might appear next. Could she return with another program? Could she move into a different format? Could she become a guest host somewhere? Could she develop a new project? Those are legitimate questions, but none of them prove that she took Jennifer Hudson's show. In fact, Jennifer's continued presence makes the supposed takeover even more difficult to explain. If Sherri had truly replaced Jennifer, viewers would expect an official announcement, a confirmed schedule change, statements from the production company, or reporting from reputable entertainment publications. A major daytime television change involving a well-known host would not normally happen completely in the shadows. There would be industry announcements, promotional material, and a clear explanation of what happened. Without those pieces of evidence, the claim remains speculation, and this is where the story becomes less about Jennifer and Sherri and more about the way modern celebrity culture works. In the past, audiences often waited for newspapers, television programs, or official announcements before learning about major entertainment developments. Today, a rumor can reach millions of people before journalists have even had a chance to verify it. Social media rewards speed, emotion, and controversy, which means a sensational claim can sometimes travel much faster than a careful correction. A headline saying, "Jennifer Hudson hospitalized," immediately creates curiosity, while a headline saying, "No credible confirmation of hospitalization," doesn't generate nearly the same emotional reaction. That imbalance can make rumors incredibly difficult to contain. But there is something else worth remembering. Jennifer Hudson has already experienced the kind of career journey that would make any new chapter worth watching, even without a manufactured scandal. Her transition from singer and actress to daytime host demonstrated that she was willing to take a professional risk and enter an entirely different arena. She had to build a relationship with viewers who weren't necessarily watching her for music or movies. She had to become part of their daily routines. That takes time, consistency, and personality. And the renewal of her show suggests that the television industry still sees value in continuing that journey. Sherri Shepherd's situation, meanwhile, should not be interpreted as a failure simply because her daytime program is ending. Television is full of shows that end after successful runs, and a program's conclusion doesn't erase everything its host accomplished. Sherri brought her own style, humor, personality, and perspective to daytime television, and she has a long career beyond one particular program. In many ways, the ending of a show can create an opportunity for reinvention, especially for someone who already understands television production and audience engagement. That raises an intriguing possibility for the future. What if the next chapter for Jennifer and Sherri isn't about competition at all? What if their careers eventually intersect in a completely different way? Imagine Jennifer inviting Sherri onto her show for a conversation about daytime television, career changes, and what happens when the cameras suddenly stop rolling. Imagine Sherri discussing what she learned from hosting her own program, and Jennifer talking about the challenges of building a successful daytime platform. That kind of collaboration would be far more interesting and far more believable than the idea that one woman secretly stole the other's show. Still, the hospitalization rumor remains the part that has captured the most attention, because it changes the emotional tone of the entire story. A television transition is entertainment news. A hospitalization is a personal health matter. Combining the two makes the story sound like a crisis. But until Jennifer Hudson, her representatives, or a reliable source confirms such an event, viewers should resist treating the claim as established fact. The responsible approach isn't to ignore the rumor completely. It's to explain it honestly, identify what is known, and make it clear where the evidence stops. And perhaps that's the biggest mystery surrounding this entire situation. Why did the story need the hospitalization claim in the first place? Why wasn't the television shakeup enough? Why did the narrative become more dramatic when Jennifer's health was added to it? The answer may be simple. Shocking claims attract attention. They create urgency. They make people click, comment, share, and search for more information. And in an online environment where attention is the currency, dramatic storytelling can become more valuable than accuracy. But Jennifer Hudson's fans deserve better than that. If something genuinely happened to Jennifer, they deserve information that comes from a trustworthy source. If she is perfectly fine and the hospitalization story is simply an internet rumor, they deserve to know that too. Either way, the truth matters more than the most dramatic version of the story. So as the speculation continues, one thing becomes increasingly clear. The real drama isn't necessarily happening between Jennifer Hudson and Sherri Shepherd. The real drama is happening in the world of daytime television itself. Shows are changing, audiences are changing, distribution is changing, and familiar personalities are being forced to think about what comes next. Jennifer Hudson is continuing her television journey, while Sherri Shepherd is entering a new stage after the conclusion of her daytime program, and that means the next chapter could be completely different from what the viral headlines are, promising maybe Jennifer will use another season to take her show to a new level. Maybe she'll introduce bigger guests, more emotional conversations, unexpected collaborations, and new projects that expand her presence beyond daytime television. Maybe Sherri will return with a new format that gives her even more creative freedom. Or maybe the two women will eventually find themselves sitting across from each other, laughing about the rumors that once made people believe they were competing for the same television throne. Because sometimes, Hollywood doesn't end with the scandal everyone expected. Sometimes it ends with a twist nobody saw coming. For now, however, the most important conclusion is straightforward. There is no credible confirmation that Jennifer Hudson was hospitalized because Sherri Shepherd took over her show. And the available information does not support the claim that Sherri replaced Jennifer. What we do know is that daytime television is changing. Sherri Shepherd's program has reached the end of its current run, and Jennifer Hudson's show has another season ahead. So after everything we've uncovered, one question still hangs in the air. What really happened to Jennifer Hudson? The internet may have turned this into a shocking story about a hospital, a sudden television takeover, and Sherri Shepherd stepping into Jennifer's place. But when we separate the facts from the speculation, the picture looks very different. There is currently no credible confirmation that Jennifer Hudson was hospitalized because of Sherri Shepherd or because she lost her show. And there is no confirmed evidence that Sherri Shepherd took over the Jennifer Hudson show. What we do know is that daytime television is going through major changes. Sherri's daytime program has ended, and Jennifer Hudson's show has continued into another season. But perhaps that's what makes this story so fascinating. Sometimes the biggest celebrity mysteries aren't created by what actually happened. They're created by what people think happened. One headline becomes a rumor, the rumor becomes a conversation, and suddenly millions of people are asking questions that may never have had a factual basis in the first place. Jennifer Hudson has faced enough challenges throughout her career to know how quickly the spotlight can change. Whether she's singing on a massive stage, acting on screen, or sitting behind the desk of her talk show, she continues to build her own path. And Sherri Shepherd has her own path to follow as she enters a new chapter after her daytime program, so maybe this isn't the story of one woman taking another woman's place. Maybe it's the story of two powerful entertainers entering two very different chapters and an internet audience, trying to figure out what comes next. And now, the biggest question isn't, did Sherri take Jennifer's show? It's, what will Jennifer Hudson and Sherri Shepherd do next? Now I want to hear from you. Do you think the Jennifer Hudson hospitalization story is simply an internet rumor? Or do you think there is more happening behind the scenes? And would you like to see Jennifer Hudson and Sherri Shepherd appear together on television? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because your opinion could be the most interesting part of this entire story. If you enjoyed this dramatic breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next Jennifer Hudson update. And remember, when a celebrity headline sounds too shocking to be true, don't just believe the headline, look for the facts behind it. Because in Hollywood, the truth can sometimes be more surprising than the rumor.